Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Backus from Allevia Medical Weight Loss. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to create a routine at home when we're working from home. So many of you now have to work from home, and that means a completely different environment from what's normally occurring for you, where you might be travelling into work and have a very structured day at work. Now, what I'd like you to do during this coronavirus epidemic is treat this as a new situation where you still try to create some of the routines that you have in your normal work day. So what that might mean is that you get up and you make sure that you do get showered and dressed for the day. That might sound a little bit funny, but we don't just want to roll out of bed and roll into our work desk and in our jammies and our slippies and whatnot. But we want to create the routines and make sure that we're still in that habit that we would be when we're normally attending work. So getting up, having your breakfast, having your shower, getting dressed. Now then all of a sudden you've got all this free time that you would normally be traveling to work, which you can now use for exercise. So you might start the day by getting out for a bit of a walk and spending 30 to 40 minutes pounding the pavements, and by doing so you start the day alive and alert and fresh. And it really does help with our brain processing and cognition, so that we're switched on and ready for a productive day's work. In fact, we do get our best work done at the start of the day. I'd also suggest that you pack a lunch. If you pack a lunch to go to work, pack a lunch for being at home for the day. So what that might mean is that in your lunch box you have all the food that you were setting out to have for the day that you would normally do when you're at work. It might be your salad and protein, it might be a meal replacement product, you might have your tea bags in there, your coffee, whatever it is that you would normally be having for lunch, you pack into your box, and that's what you go to when it's time to eat, okay? The open fridge and the open pantry is a trap, and you don't want to be having free access to everything that's there. And that brings us to another point. You want to make sure that you've got some clean foods at home. So making sure that that the fridge and the pantry, that all the junk foods and temptations are removed. Don't buy them. Don't bring them into the house. Don't have them as temptations. We do have to make around 222 food decisions per day. And if you have to go to that fridge and pantry each day and say, I mustn't eat the chocolate biscuits that are sitting there, well then that's just, makes it even harder for yourself. So remove the decisions, remove the temptations, and make sure you've got clean foods in your fridge and pantry. The other thing can be that when we're sitting down all day at a desk, it can be really hard to be getting our steps up. We're normally pretty active around the office. And there are handy tips like the 7-minute workout app, which, as the name implies, is 7 minutes of working out, which you can use to break up your day and to incorporate a little bit of exercise. So what you might do is at morning tea, you might stop and do 7 minutes of a bit of a workout. Again, the physical activity enlivens us and helps with our working brain. You might do the same thing at lunchtime, or even get out for a bit of a walk and do a similar thing for afternoon tea, and all of a sudden you've got 21 minutes of exercise done for the day and you're still in your work day, okay? So there are some benefits of being at home. You've got a bit more flexibility. At the end of the day, it's nice to sort of pack your things away, finish work for the day. Don't have your books and your laptop and everything sort of hanging out still. Make sure that it's away so that you know that you've clocked off, and then you reach home after you might do a bit of a dance or a boogie or some other way to kind of wrap up the day. So you've put a bit of a full stop mark on your working day, and you can have some separation to your working life and get ready to join your family or your loved ones at home. So hopefully those tips are helpful for you in your routine. Make sure that you do your regular routine at the start of the day. Get ready, get dressed as if you're going to work. Use your extra time that you would normally be using for travel to exercise. Break up your day with bits of exercise or movement. We sometimes do the nut bush or the Macarena at lunchtime. You might do something that just gets your body moving as well. Use a packed lunch so that you don't have free access to the fridge and pantry, and make sure that temptations are removed from home. Hope that's been helpful, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon.